Hello. I'm going to talk about four different groups of comics that I picked up, two on eBay and two at local shops here in town. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. It's a nice little stack of about 40 comics, and I guess in the aggregate, I paid about $5 each for these books when you figure all the shipping and tax and everything. Probably a little more than I would have liked to have spent, but that's kind of the market these days. Now, first, I've got two lots of romance comics that both came from a seller in Austin, and he had them in two groups and buy it now groups. So I've had them for a while, so they're in bags, and I didn't feel like taking them out, so I'm just going to show the covers. Got an old Teenage Love. He was always so shy. He never let himself go like that when he danced with me. The Teeny Bopper. Fun stuff. Career Girl Romance. That's a Luis Avila cover and story on that. Glad to get that one. And a romantic story. This one is really kind of tattered here on the spine. Probably not worth $5, but that's the way it goes in this business. This is an oldie, Teen Secret Diary. I'm not sure who did it. I'm sure it's inked by Vince Colletta, but I'm not sure who did the art. Might have been Colletta. Another Career Girl Romance. And there's a romantic story. This is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez cover, and there's a story inside. So this, I figure that these books in fairly decent shape are, gotta be worth $10 with the Garcia Lopez. Man, his artwork is good. Next was another eBay purchase. I think I paid $20 for 6 comics, with including postage and stuff, and they kind of just jammed them in an envelope and no backing or anything. When they came, they were just like, really folded over, but I was able to press them kind of flat. So one of the reasons I bought this group is because of this book, Young Romance number 173, with an Alex Toth story. I think that's a Dick Giordano cover, if I'm not mistaken. But I was so sad. I got it, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at this Alex Toth story. It's so cool. And I'm looking at it. Turn the pages. And there's this huge ink stain. I think that's a factory defect. I don't think somebody did that intentionally. Look at that Toth splash. The old woman just next door love. There's always an old woman who doesn't want the young kids to have happiness. But I'm kind of so disappointed with that ink on there. But look at that. I just love Toth's art. So simple and so expressive. Look at that. Lovers by the Sea. The leg there. Way to go, Alex. And figure drawing, So good. But he's got the ink. Oh man, where did that ink come from? Look at that. Oh gosh. It just breaks my heart. And it seems to be like on every other page. A woman watching from the window. It's a long story too. And there's the last page. Of course, it's got ink going all the way down it. I mean, I can still enjoy the art. I'm not as fussy as a lot of people are, but that does break my heart. This is a John Rosenberger story. I won't go into that. He's a pretty good artist. I like his stuff. But that would be for another time. And this, I think, is a Rick Estrada cover. It's got a Rick Estrada story in it. I like his work very much. I'm just going to open this and show you a little bit of his artwork. This video will get too long if I get hung up with this. But that's just to give you a taste. Another motorcycle book. Lots of motorcycles in the love store comics. Secret Hearts. I think this has got a Rick Estrada story. Yeah. This one, it's kind of interesting what he does with the panels in this. Fun stuff. And then a couple issues of Girls Romance. You've taken everything we have. What more can I give you to prove I love you? Give it up, girl. And finally, this Girls Romance with a classic cover, but it's got somebody's name on it, and it's like, I don't know, all marked up. But still, I'm glad to have this book in my collection. Next is A Change of Pace. I got this, I've been looking for Captain Marvel number 28 for a long time. It's got this really trippy page in it that I like. But I found this one at a really good price at Alien Worlds, one of the local comic shop. That's where I got this next stack. And just gonna page through this really quickly. Some really trippy art by Jim Starlin. I think Al Milgrom inked this. Is that right? Yeah, Milgrom. This story is like on acid or something. Look at that. Show one more page. I don't want to get too into the weeds with this. Yeah, Starlin was really great in this period. And a change of pace from that is I got these little dots, and I paid up for these babies more than I probably should have. But isn't that a great cover? I love that. These things really blew up the average. Get the moths eating her dress. But they ate it into dots, so she's happy. And Color Dot Lemonade with, look at all the cameos. Richie Rich and Lil Audrey, and I'm not sure who that little boy is, but that's Little Lotta. And she's dressed up in a dotted outfit from someone older and bigger with her little dog Dot. Next we got Homer the Happy Ghost, and this is by Dan DeCarlo, this book. Some reprints from, I guess, the late 50s. But that was like $5. And Peter the Little Pest. It was very interesting. It's by Joe Manley. I'm not sure who did that cover. Maybe it came from a panel inside the book. But when I got home, I was disappointed to find that it had some. It wasn't just the centerfold out. It was pages were actually cut out. But if you know Joe Manley, you can kind of spot his style in this. I'll show one more page. Just kind of fun stuff. Then we have one of Al Hartley's Spire books, The Hiding Place. Betsy, how can we go on, turning the other cheek? We must, Corey. We must show them that love is stronger than hate. Look at that Nazi girl. Ah, get to work. Like they had wheelbarrows like that. And I couldn't pass up this Popeye. I is revolting. Down with Popeye. What a sweet child. And Popeye's like, what's going on here? And finally, this was from a store called Nelco on North Flores here in San Antonio. Kind of a real hole-in-the-wall place, but they had some really good comics. I mean, they needed to get some better lighting in there. You had to talk about a comic book with intimate lighting system, man. But I digress. I got some of these moderns. Creepy Things, #1. And this does have a Enrique Neto story. The Greatest Treasure. I don't like his horror stuff nearly as much as his romance, but I'll show you a few pages. I mean, I like his work. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's just not, it doesn't grab me the way his romance stuff does. Yay! Look at that bug. Ew. Let's run. Okay, we'll see how it turns out. No, that's it. Okay, that was fun. Yeah, I got this romance, Just Married, number 102, with a rad Demetria Sanchez Gomez cover. And he's got an equally rad story on the inside. I'll refrain from showing you. And this is Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library, number 34, with Enrico Nieto's cover and story inside. I was very glad to find this issue. And I got Black Hood with Alex Toth cover and the Fox story inside by Alex Toth. Glad to get that one. And another Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library. Joanga's Curse. Is that Tom Sutton? I think it's Tom Sutton. Isn't that an awesome cover? And another Haunted Library. This is Dr. Graves' Haunted Library before Baron Werewolves. Okay. It is Baron Werewolves. It's a cover by Pat Boyette, who I enjoy his artwork. Good mummy art there. You can always tell his lettering. The Last Ship to the Sun. He did his own lettering too. And we got here Monster Hunters #1. I think this has got Nieto art in it too. I can't remember for sure, maybe not. But that's is that Don Newton? One of these. I think that's Don Newton on the cover. But don't hold me to that. And finally, I've got Visit Ghost Manor If You Dare. And that's a cover by Sanho Kim. And he also did a couple of stories inside. Or is it Kim Sanho, as they say. Look at that. Nice artwork. Well, what do you think of these 4 hauls? I don't know. I just enjoy collecting comic books. And these are the ones that I picked up recently here in the first part of October. I'd love to hear your comments. Which ones did you like? Just think I was crazy to spend so much money on these comics? Whatever you think, I'd like to hear it. And if you like it, like it. And subscribing, that's okay too. So long.